guys, it's your girl DJ. You are back trading with DJ. Guys, I am so excited to bring some more information to y'all. I promise you, you are going to see some value, and I want to make sure that you are paying attention because it's going to get lit throughout this whole video. You're going to learn a lot. This strategy is crazy. It's been going crazy, been making so much money off of it, and I got the man himself who's been learning this strategy for a long time, who mastered it and is sharing this strategy with y'all because I know my pocket options people been asking for more information, and here it is for you. So make sure you're paying attention so that you can understand exactly. Don't get impatient. Watch the whole video. Do not get impatient. I repeat, do not get impatient. Watch the whole video so that you can understand exactly how this works, right? So I'm about to give it up right up to him, and he's gonna basically go over exactly what this strategy does. It's called the DeLorean, and it's been lit. This is the first strategy I started to learn when I got started with trading Forex, my very first time, and it was crazy at that time, but it got much simpler so that anybody, just anybody, can learn how to do it with just a couple of steps. So go ahead, Darian, kill it. This guy has been killing it in the markets with this strategy. He live and eat and breathe this strategy. So go ahead from the man himself, Darian, definitely. Saucy 1K on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to him and, you know, just show mad love on his page, guys. Go ahead, Darian, take it over.
Hey, okay, so I definitely appreciate the praise. Got to give it back to you. You've been killing it with your channel, been going crazy, going all the way up. 2K plus subscribers, so most definitely a feature. And he only been doing it for 2 months, so I want to go ahead and express some gratitude and go ahead and start this wonderful video off with you, right? So Saucy 1K Vibes family, you know, you're trading with DJ and Saucy 1K Vibes. You can find me on all platforms, right? So today we're going to be going on the race options platform. For all my race options trader, binary options, I'm gonna go over the basics and the guide for today's video, right? So let's look at it. Let's look at the left side of this chart. You've seen a lot of percentages. You want to know what it is, what this means. Got it confused. It looked like a heart monitor. So let's go into it, right? So these percentages is what each trade is going to pay you out. So let's say right here, right? I have $10 in the amount, and it's going to pay me out $6.70, right? Because that means it's going to be paying me out. Let's look at the percentage for EUR USD, which is the euro versus the US dollar, is 67%, right? 67% of $10 is $6.70. You always want to trade anything that has 70% or higher, right? Like GBP, Swiss franc, right? It's paying out 74%, right? It's going to pay you out $7.40 for every $10 you open up a trade with. Now, what exactly does this mean, right? The percentage, the profit, the amount you open up a trade with, right? So now let's look at this example with the British pound versus the Australian dollar. We're opening up a $10 trade, right? Which means if we lose our $10. If we win our $10 plus $8.50. That's why it's so important to only trade with percentages that are 70% or higher, right? So the one thing that you want to do, right? So let's go ahead and let's actually go ahead and take a trade. I'm gonna enter just something small so you guys can look. Oh, I have no idea what that was, but let's go ahead and go into a trade. That's what you guys want to see anyway, right? I'm gonna do both ways. I'm gonna enter for a buy and I'm gonna enter for a sell, right? So let's go ahead and actually look at this, right? Go ahead and actually look at this. So two things that you always want to pay attention to, right? So we see that you always want to select the turbo option, which means you're going to get in and out of trades. You want to pay attention to fixed time. So at fixed time, what that means is we get in this trade for 1 minute, right? You can choose any amount of time. It could be 1 minute, 2 minutes, all the way down up to about 30 minutes, right? For fixed time, it means if you check it, you want to be in this trade for specifically 1 minute and that's it. But if you leave it checked off, you can be in that trade for a minute 15, a minute 30, right? And you'll close out that trade in profit. Now, there's other things that we can do, right? From our race options traders, you know, you can ask for more time, right? So like for this buy example right here, we have a double up and a rollover. I'm gonna keep it super simple. Double up just means to add more money, right? And rollover, right? Which it will pop up here, it will be a little button. If we were losing that trade, we would ask for more time to stay in that trade, right? So we actually just won one of our trades, right? We won that sell trade for $1.85, right? So that's all the basics about it, right? You just want to pay attention to all the basics, what currencies you're trading. One thing I would advise is not trade on the weekends, because you're not going to be actually trading Forex. It's just going to be stuff that's manipulated by the broker and just a whole bunch of stuff we don't want to get into, right? So we just keep this video simple. This is the guide. Now you can choose to use the candle chart or the tick chart. I personally use the the tick chart. That was the first thing I learned about. You can also use the candle chart, right? Which it may be more appealing to the eyes. Whichever you choose to do, that's what you can do, right? And this is how this looks. Now the strategy that Miss DJ was talking about that I use, right? So within the platform that I actually partnered up with and that I learned through, the IM Mastery Academy educational platform to over 500,000 people in over 120 plus countries. Been with them for a year and a half. It's called the DeLorean strategy, right? So let's actually go ahead and look at this, right? Let's actually go here to find out all about the basics of the DeLorean strategy. Let's restart it and show you how you would look if you're super new, right? This is what it would look like if you're super new. And say, hey, welcome to DeLorean. You'll have these videos, literally what to watch, how to access DeLorean, how to access the Pip Talk, which is basically the chat to keep you updated with trades, the Telegram to get all the trade access, and to get access to the Go Live mentorship platform and hands-on learning, right? So let's look at one of the examples that we took. So literally, we're making trading super simple. Something as complex as the foreign exchange market. We're putting it into something that we like to call a 4-step simple strategy, right? So let's go ahead and look at it with these 4 steps, right? I'm gonna box it. We're looking at the Canadian dollar versus the Japanese yen, and we took it in for a buy, right? We're gonna look up here. It says 30M, which that means 30 minutes. You always want to pay attention to that, whether you're on TradingView or whatever platform you use. Some people use Saxo or whatever it is that you use to trade with, right? I'm gonna circle those 2 candles because those are the most important candles. Now I'm gonna go over why I circle these 2 candles. Let's make this an appealing color. What's your favorite color, DJ?
Blue.
Let's do blue. Blue, right? I definitely like to see blue, right? So we have this blue arrow right here for the DeLorean software, which is telling us that we always want to buy currency pairs. So we're gonna buy the Canadian dollar versus the Japanese yen. And we're gonna look to these 2 candles to the left of this blue arrow. So step 1, super simple. Is this big blue candle right here bigger than this red candle? Now let's make this blue color kind of see-through so you can see it. It may be hard to see. Make it see-through. Right? Is this blue candle right here bigger than this red candle? Right? If you're watching this video, type it in the comments, give me a yes or a no. Right? Now the answer is actually yes. Right? This blue candle is way bigger than this red candle. That is step 1. You got to ask yourself 4 questions. If you get a yes to all 4, then you get in the trade, you press the button, and you let that thing run, right? Now, if you get a no to just one of these questions, you don't take the trade and you save yourself money. Now, step 2, I know you guys see this red line right here. Is it cutting through this red candle and this blue candle right here? Right? You can type that in the chat for me, right? Definitely hit them likes if you're getting a lot of value on this video. Hit the likes, hit the like button, right? And let me know if this red line is cutting through that red candle and that blue candle to the left of the blue arrow, right? Now the answer to that is yes. Now step 3, right? We have 2 options. Is this blue line closely below, right? Like hugging these 2 candles, and then this gray line closely below, kind of hugging those 2 candles, right? You let me know in the chat. Is this blue line right here, right? Which is the main important line, hugging super close to these 2 candles, right? Below it, or is this gray line closely below it, hugging those 2 candles? Now, I'm gonna give you guys a second to actually say yes or no, right? Now, the correct answer to this is that yes, right? So you want to be close within a certain amount of points, but we'll do that in another video, right? So it is super close. So we're gonna go to step 4, which is all you need is space for profit, space for money, right? So let's zoom out and let's look at the full thing, right? The full thing. What I mean by space for profit is that we don't want any lines in our way. If we have lines in our way, that means we're not going to make any money, right? It's that simple. So let's make this black. That'll be super simple to see, right? If we had I'll make that color. Let's do yellow, right? If we had a line like this in our way, right, a yellow line right here on the candle that we had to enter on this blue arrow, then we would not get in this trade, right? Now, this particular trade, it did go the opposite way, but we got another trade opportunity as well a couple candles later, right? And I'll actually look at that. I won't go too much into detail, but we're looking at it. All right, so this trade, it didn't go as planned, but there's another way we could have got in, right? So what we like to do for these particular trades, right? This is a good setup, but step 4, we get a yes to, but it is not good because we lost this trade. Sometimes that happens, right? But what we like to do, we like to use money management to win more trades than we lose, right? With this, we use literally risk management. So we risking literally 1 to 2% per every trade for whatever dollar amount you have in your account, and we're going for 2% or more. All right, so that means every time you win a trade, you're gonna make either 4% or 6% or 8% for when the trade goes your way. And when you lose your 1 or 2%, right? Now, that's good because you can take 10 trades, you can literally win 6, and you can pass everything and make up for the losses that you took. So let's actually look at the full thing, right? So we like to have something that's called a 3-candle rule, just to make it super simple, right? So 30 times 3, right? Because each candle is worth 30 minutes, times 3 is 1 hour and 30 minutes, right? So with that being said, literally we look at 3 candles. If we're not in profit within 3 candles, then we get out the trade and we save ourselves money. But if we are in profit, then we stay in the trade. So this first candle is 30 minutes. This second candle is an hour. And this third candle is 1 hour and 30 minutes. So we can see that we're actually not in profit right here, right? We actually lost this trade. So we'll just exit out this trade and we'll look at another trade. We'll save ourselves money. We only lost 1% and we'll look at another trade idea, right? So I'll do one more fairly quickly, being that we went over the 4 steps already, right? Now this one, it wasn't bad. 3-candle rule was actually not good. All right, if you guys got any questions, ask in the chat. We'll make sure to get back to you and everything like that. If you got any questions, you go ahead and ask in the chat. Let's go. All right, boom, we got a winner. So let's look at this. Right, so the most important thing we want to look at, when a 15-minute time frame, right? So the 3-candle rule for this is 45 minutes. If we're not in profit in 45 minutes, we close our phone. If we are in profit in 45 minutes, we let that thing ride for another 45 minutes. Make trading super simple, and you can put an alarm too. So step 1, all right, we're gonna be looking at these 2 candles right here. I'm gonna actually box it this time just to make it super simple and super easy. Color blue, let's make it see-through so you guys can see. Right, these 2 candles to the left of this red arrow. This red arrow means we're gonna sell, right? So we're gonna look to these 2 candles to the left of it. Is this red candle right here, to make it a little bigger, is this red candle in the box bigger than this blue candle, right? So now the answer to that question is yes, right? Now step 2, does this red line cut through both of the 2 candles, right? The blue and the red? Yes, it obviously does. Now step 3, is this aqua line right here, is it closely above, right? There's a certain amount of points it has to be in. I'll look at it, right? And it actually was, right? This was a good trade, right? So we get a yes to step 3. Now step 4 is, do we have space to make money? Are there any lines in our way? We can look below. Do we see any lines in our way? Anything like this, right? Anything like that. We won't have no lines in our way, right? Say if I moved it out of the way, we have no lines. We have nothing but blank space. So we take this trade right here. We let it ride for 45 minutes, 15,
Lines,
45.
meaning that are the candles consolidating?
Say it again.
Lines, meaning that are the candles consolidating, or does the line just pop up?
No. Okay, so that's actually a good question. So when I'm talking about the lines, so you see, right, one thing you would like to do is zoom out, right? So this blue line right here, right, if it wasn't above and it was below in the way, the trade would not be good. The trade will be a no, if that makes sense.
So it would be a straight line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's say if we had that super dark blue line up top, right? What line I'm mentioning right here? We had this super dark blue line in the way, like this. We wouldn't take the trade because we don't have no space to make money. Right now, why I say that, I'm gonna give y'all a quick tip, a quick nugget. You're not gonna understand it, but if you do get access to this, you'll be able to understand it. You'll be able to get access to me and DJ. These lines are magnets. So if it's in the way, it's not going to go anywhere, right? If the line is super close to the magnet, you're going to make money. If it's super far from the magnet, it's going to come back to it and you're going to lose money. That's simple, right? That's literally what that means. That's why the lines are important. And then we stay in this trade for 45 minutes and we make 200 and 206 pips in 45 minutes, right? Now for the dollar amount, let's say you put 10 cents on it, you made $20.60. If you put a dollar on it, you made $206. And if you put $10 on this open trade, you made $2,060. Now let's say 3 candle rule, right? You in profit, you let that thing ride for another 45 minutes, you set your alarm, right? 45 is actually hour 30, right? We in profit 206 pips, right? You let that thing stay in for another 45 minutes, right? Which would be 2 hours and 15 minutes. We're in profit 300 and, well, actually 419 pips, either $41, $419, or $4,000. Now you let it ride for another 45 minutes, right? Was at 2:15, so it's going to actually be 3 hours. We made 1,172 pips in 3 hours. So that you put 10 cents, you made $117 in 3 hours. If you put $1, you made $1,172 in 3 hours. And if you put $10, you made $11,172 in 3 hours by pressing buttons off your phone using 4 simple steps.
That deserves some heat.
Right? So if y'all like this video, man, definitely hit that like button. Definitely hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all her new content, right? And I appreciate all you guys. If you guys got any further questions, please hit her up in the comments. You can hit me up as well. And I'm gonna pass it back on to the lady who is the host of this call, Miss DJ.
Amazing. This strategy, I'm telling you, is super simple. Literally, is the red line going through both candles? Yes. Is the red candle bigger than the last candle? Yes. Right? Is there space to make money? Yes. All of these things. Look, the aqua line, is it closely above? Yes. You got the clear and you can see what happened in the end. As you can see,
now it's still open.
From that indication alone, it caught over 1,100 pips, guys. And he already explained it. If you had a mini lot size, if you had a micro, if you had a standard, you can calculate for yourself how much exactly you would have made. Remember, guys, the risk management is up to you. The amount of money that you would make is up to you, and what you have in your account is not up to us. So guys, I promise you, it's amazing what we're learning, right? Counting pips. If you have MetaTrader 4, this is 1,000-something pips you would have caught. If you're trading binary options, you could have been selling for that 1 hour and you kill your account and go crazy and make what you needed to make for that day. This is the juice. Definitely make sure that you understand it, that you're applying it so that you can get the maximum results. Show some love to Darian for taking the time out of his day to explain this strategy, this crazy strategy to you guys. And, you know, go subscribe, go like, go share his video to someone, pay attention to the value that we're dropping back and forth. Me and him, we're just dropping value, major value to you guys. We have the same team, so you can already see that we are double trouble, right? We go crazy in the markets. Both of us have 2 different strategies, and that just means for you, that's a win-win. One doesn't work, you can try the other, and you can be able to find exactly what works for you. Definitely look forward to the next video. Till next time.